We want to recreate an amazing underwater experience.
That's right, Flipper.
So we found the shark tank. And so we're going to have this little submersible swimming around in that tank. But we actually have to get in there to work on it, which means we need to be certified to go in that shark tank.
And early the next day, the eggheads return to hit the books. Our resident geniuses, as expected, aced the written exam. Now it's time to get familiar with their gear.
About right, Simon?
Yep. Haven't been diving in years, but I have a feeling it's all going to come back. Like a bad rash.
They've mastered the equipment.
Yeah, I'm cooking.
Slipped into their wetsuits and eagerly dive right in.
We're going to take diving to another level.
For this project, the shark tank will stand in for an actual reef. But the team must be able to monitor the mini-sub during the build, so they'll all have to get used to swimming with large sea creatures, landing them in the far friendlier confines of the dolphin pool.
So you're a little bit to the right, and then up over your head. Big circle.
After learning some hand signals, they move into the water and meet the dolphins on their turf.
Pleased to meet you.
After getting friendly with Flipper, the guys have a little mammal-on-mammal dance-off and gleefully call it a day. For tomorrow, they move up to the shark tank. Coming up, the guys go on a fantastic voyage. And Mike plays with some high-tech toys.
That's cool.
And later, Terry's shark encounter is a little too close for comfort. Will this build be dead in the water? It's an underwater adventure for the team at Prototype This. They're attempting to construct a virtual sea cave, a fully immersive way to experience swimming with the sharks while staying safely in shark-free waters. After completing their scuba and marine life training yesterday, today it's time to get familiar with the shark tank, where the ROV will swim around, sending a live feed back to the stationary sea cave, and that's Terry's part of the build.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go swim with the sharks, baby.
Hey, ready to go swimming? Come on down.
Brian, the shark handler, slips down first. Then it's Terry's turn to enter the deep. He's a little apprehensive at first.
That's a shark, right there.
But despite the jaws of death swimming around, Terry gets more comfortable. And soon, he's back to his old self.
This is like being in a screensaver.
How are the sharks? Are they curious?
He's looking at me. This is absolutely amazing. This is surreal. I'm speechless. There's one coming in my head.
But after a few up-close and personal minutes with the predators...
What is that? That's our largest shark. Why is it waiting for us? Forgot to feed her.
Terry's ready to call it a day.
I'm actually a bit overwhelmed by a shark that just went by.
But before he comes to the surface, Zaz needs to know if the tank will work for their project.
So what do you think the view is going to be like from the ROV? Is it going to be just as good for the diver in the sea cave?
I think that this will be absolutely perfect for the ROV.
That's a go for the shark tank, so the next phase of the project can begin. To make the sea cave experience feel totally immersive, projecting realistic video will be the most important aspect of the build, and that's Mike's responsibility. So he drops in on a group of video projection specialists in the heart of San Francisco.
So I've come down to Obscura Digital, and this is what they do. They project. They project on all sorts of things.
So, after touring the high-tech hall of optical toys,
That's cool.
Mike quickly clues techie tour guide Travis in on what they're planning. And Travis has something in mind.
Because we're going to want to put the diver inside of a dome, underwater.
So it's actually a dome that your head's inside of?
I can show you right now.
The dome is an 8-foot high-contrast optical polymer screen, vacuum-formed into a perfect hemisphere. It's connected to a video game console to show how, in the dome, the point of view is everything.
For us, this will be perfect. This is fantastic. I love how the screen just absolutely wraps around you, so the image is going by you.
Then Travis pulls up another toy to show Mike how the image feed from the real reef will be projected from behind onto the 180-degree dome to create a fully immersive virtual sea experience. Mike knows the dome is a perfect fit for this project, and Travis will be coming aboard to help as well.
Pretty cool.
Let's do it.
Okay. This dome is the perfect solution. It wraps all the way around you. It's seamless. We can sink it in the water, and you can project from the back side. It seems perfect. Now we just need to see if we can project through that much water.
For this build, Terry and Zaz will be monitoring the remote mini-sub, or ROV, as it captures the live feed from inside the shark tank that's standing in for a real reef. Mike will be monitoring the projection sent from the shark tank ROV to make sure it sends clear images to Joe, who will be virtually exploring the shark tank by driving the propulsion device, like a sea scooter used in scuba diving, stationed in the pool where the 180-degree image will be projected onto the dome, creating an utterly believable virtual sea adventure. Since our entire team must reside at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom for most of this build, they head back to the island to meet with trusted friend Joe Andreas, who will be holding down the fort.
So we're going to bring in Joe Andreas. He's kind of a regular around here. We need to be able to adjust this dome up and down. We need to be able to move it further and closer to the window.
They agree to have the frame up and running by the end of the day.
Okay, you get your brain around this. Great. Figure it out.
First, they'll need the virtual reality dome. Downstairs, it's delivered right on cue.
I told you it was kind of big. It's pretty big.
Is this covered in something?
This is a special material, actually. You can back project on it, and it looks really good on the inside.
And Terry and Mike finally see just what they're dealing with.